Inaugural meeting of the Wednesday Evening Supper Club. Better turn out we get for the morning ones. But think of it as a club, and with every club we've got rules. Okay? We are making a serious splash at the moment. We are really getting to the people we need to be getting to, and they're not liking it. But the crucial thing to remember is that we're doing it the proper way. We're doing it the legal way, and we're doing it by just basically behaving ourselves, protesting, exerting our rights to protest, but in a proper legal fashion. You will have noticed there's a very large, disproportionately large police presence here.
Who texted them in?
Now they work it out. Nearly they get it. But now, for those of you that are not here in the mornings, funny enough, it is the morning club that is causing all the damage. I'll tell you here and now. Because that is affecting the business community. It's great you're all here tonight. You've got to realise the only people who might be upsetting are the people on the way home. Right? It's the business community that's really hurting when we do this Wednesday. So I do hope you'll all start considering the Wednesday morning club getting up that early once a week. But as I say, there has been a lot of pressure being put now to try and curb what we do, whatever. But I want you to think of it very simply. I'm going to hand you over to Chief Inspector Paul Switzer, who's going to explain what they expect of us and what their role is here today. I do want you to think of it as almost like we're having an argument. And remember, if you're in a heated argument, if someone turns around to you and says, you know what, you're right, do you know how much that winds you up? Doesn't it? You don't want to be right, I want an argument. Now that's what's happening. Think of it that way. The more we behave correctly, the more we are winding up the people that we want to wind up. Alright? So, the important thing is, the way I conduct myself, my committee conducts itself, and the way all our guys conduct themselves. We have taken thousands of guys on the street the last 2 years, as you know, not one single caution. That's because we're behaving ourselves. I don't want that to change. It is critical that doesn't change. Do not give them the excuse to brandish us anything apart from proper, upright, standing citizens exerting our right to protest. I'm going to hand you over to, the Chief Inspector Switzer and explain why they've had to change their tactics, why they're here, and what they expect. And as I said to the guys this morning, please listen to everything this Chief Inspector tells you, and if any of these officers here tonight, they tell you to do something, I want you to do it. If they tell you to stop doing something, I want you to stop doing it. And quite frankly, if you can't go by that, A, you're damaging us in our reputation, and B, I'm more than happy for them to wade in and cart you off, because you are no help to us at all. Okay? So please listen carefully, and just, you're going to be part of this club. This is what we expect our members to do. Alright, thanks a lot, guys.
Ladies and gents, just a couple of things you would know today. We've been with the protest about a year now. Most of you complied with what we've asked all the way through. The laws have said when people do protest, some disruption will be caused to other people. I will facilitate a protest. It's a procession that you are doing today. 200 people on the road is classed as a procession. Under the Public Order Act, I can impose conditions on a procession if I think it's causing serious obstruction to the community and the area around about that. If I'm going to do that, I will consider that. I will call Warren to one side and I will say, you've had your time, Warren. You've caused the obstruction you want to cause. You and I both know within 2 minutes you will bring that to a standstill out there. My officers will call you forward. They'll call you at positions. They won't expect any breakdowns in areas where you think you can break down. They will call you round. They will call you into a position that is not causing an obstruction somewhere. What I still understand is there will be enough of you on that roundabout, the bus is pushing in, and the buses will probably cause the obstruction. I will then contact Transport for London headquarters. If they say to me the obstruction being caused is greater than normal, then I will consider imposing a section 12, which is prescribed route. I have to give that in writing. I have the forms. I can't pre-do that route because it makes it look as though I've prejudged everything, and I'm not going to prejudge how you're going to act. Been through this before with lots of other things about critical mass and how it works. I only think it's fair to tell you how we're going to act. There are offences of slow, inconsiderate riding. Please bear that in mind. The officer tells you to move on. Please bear that in mind. The other thing I have told my officers is to warn you once. Alright, so it won't be any surprises to you if there are offences committed. Alright, I have asked all my officers to warn you once. So you'll get a warning, right, you've done enough of that. We know how the tactic works, we know how you work, we know what you're trying to achieve. There's no surprises from us as well. So we don't want you to go out there and something happen that you're not aware of and what you want to do. If we call you forward, we are aware that there's lorries, there's all sorts there, and you might want to safely get to 10 yards. If my officers say, no, that's not the case, please move forward. Even with us moving forward, I guarantee that that will clog up fairly quickly, as we all know. Okay? It will be me and me alone who makes the judgment of whether I impose a Section 12. Rest assured, I'm fully aware of what the law lords have said about protest. I am aware that in this country, under the Human Rights Act, you have a right to protest, and I will facilitate that right, providing it doesn't impinge on other people's rights. Has anybody got any real searing questions they're not happy about, or they don't quite understand what I've said?
What's Section 12 then?
Section 12 of the Public Order Act 1986.
And what's that?
It basically says if you cause serious disruption to life in the community and you're on a prescribed route, I can make you go where I want you to go. I serve a paper written in writing on you. If you fail to do that, having been served that, then you commit an offence. As the organiser, Warren commits an offence. If you are participating in that demonstration or procession and we tell you we want you to take that route and you fail to do that, you commit an offence. So we'll give you plenty of warning.
But you might always want to go home and then you're directing us to go
I think
somewhere
we'll
else.
use a bit of common sense, shall we?
Yeah, okay. As long as you do too then.
Is that all right? I ain't going to prescribe you the way home. I don't know where you live.
He knows where I live.
Yes. That's one warning. Officer B then comes up, you're in fair play. Okay, if you've got a warning from Officer A, Officer B sees that warning, comes up to you, you're not going to get 20 different warnings from 20 different officers. Is that your question?
Yeah. Alright guys, I think the thing is common sense. Now obviously they're not...
We will adhere to your common sense. If you do something stupid out there, please
No
expect,
stunts, guys.
please expect to be dealt with.
Don't need it. Don't need any stunts. No wheelies, no donuts, no. But no, other things. You know, if a police officer comes over and you take your helmet off, things like that, or your bike's broken down, get it off the road. Don't start using that as an excuse to stop your bike. If there's space ahead of you, by all means keep space between yourselves for safety reasons. But if there's a space ahead of you, don't just stop and not move into that space, because that is obstructing the highway. Don't give them the excuse, okay? No stunts. You are all vehicles, individually special vehicles, the same way all those other ones are out there. There's big ones out there as well. You have every right to be in the centre of your lane. You have every right to use those roads, but you've got to use them in the same way as you would normally ride around, okay? No undue driving slowly. We don't need to. Just don't, no stunts.
Your safety is my paramount importance, as is other road users. I am going to apply common sense. The other thing you have to realise is that doesn't allow your insurance claims and stuff like that. We'll probably turn around and say you're right. Okay.